We're already okay.
You can do that.
Very good.
You want to check in? What do you think? Not bad?
This is from Dark Harbor, Grand Manan, which is a little island off of the coast of southern New Brunswick, and they're really famous for making dulse. Dulse is like a very local product there. The locals sort of use it almost kind of chew it like chewing tobacco, and let the salts kind of absorb into your mouth there. It's a little intense. It's very oceany and a little salty.
Locally grown right here in this farm. So that's fresh for you right there.
This is Arctic Char from Icy Waters, which is a sustainable fish aquaculture company by Whitehorse. And we're doing, it's like a gravlax, but heavy on the pepper. 1-to-1 pepper and salt and sugar. And we're doing a fresh organic buckwheat blini and Indian pickled lemon with that.
Why did I come? Probably the same reason why everybody else came. To share ideas and really to educate and to learn and just to really develop this relationship with, you know, not only the chefs but also the suppliers.
Just to learn more about sustainability and what we could do as people together on living a more sustainable life and being more responsible as cooks.
Be a part of the community, building the community that we're now, you know, going to start focusing on creating a Canadian culture, a BC culture, a West Coast culture of food.
It seems like for so long that nothing has changed, but now we are really living part of it, and sometimes it's big chaos and so on all over the world, but our work, what we do, is a big contribution to be able to again, to connect with other members of society, actually all members, because everybody has to eat.
What can we do as proud Canadians, as chefs, as people who love food, to take care of our oceans, to improve Canada's environmental record? We need to get politically active. We need to, which means voting for politicians who understand the difference between wild salmon and farmed salmon. We need to speak up whenever we can, whether it's letters to the editors, blogs, or on menus. If I was a chef and I knew what you guys know, I would invite politicians to my restaurant, sit them down, and talk to them about sustainable seafood. That's something that you could do. Certainly you can educate your customers, you can educate your suppliers. If your suppliers won't meet your environmental standards, find a different supplier, or work with your supplier so to bring them up to your level.
A salted halibut sausage. And this is a lovely chanterelle ketchup.
Oh, we've got some fantastic organic Berkshire pork that we made charcuterie with. We have creton, pancetta, beautiful Ballantine, Toscano salami, and country terrine. Golden beet chutney, and it's a really traditional, very economical, friendly sort of recipe, but it's delicious and it goes amazing.
And it's have a red onion relish.
Aioli.
There you go, you got it.
Okay.
Smoked halibut chowder, all BC product. Abbotsford, the corn comes from, actually Chilliwack I think it was. A little bit of fresh corn, some fennel, carrots, celery, onions, cream, cornstalk, a little bit of pork. Fantastic.
Caviar is awesome.
And you just eat it back like this?
And we serve it up with a very simple straight.
Okay, so can you send everybody down
Perfect, thank you.
Southeastern Baffin Island, Arctic char, wild, all naturally caught out of Pengerton. which is a smaller community on the eastern side of Baffin Island.
There are chefs here, there are producers here, there are farmers here, and there are educators here. And Pia Carroll is one of those educators. And Pia, I want you to tell me a little bit about how education and food work together for you.
Well, they work hand in hand because we need to eat, but we need to know where our food comes from. It's essential today that we let kids know where is your food being farmed, raised, and how is it being done. So for me to come to an event like this is fantastic because it's encompassing the land and the sea. And the focus is on the sea today, and we're from the West Coast. And kids love to eat seafood. They love to make like a good fish taco. And if we can let them know the footprint of what it took for that fish to arrive on the plate, that is the essential part of life.
This is a jumbo oyster. Incredibly, you don't like the look of it, do you?
No, I don't like the ones that big.
But in Asia, they can't understand why this would be North America's top-selling oyster. And they say, really? This is North America's top-selling oyster, not this? Well, let North America keep this and just ship us these.
I'm learning so much here at the Canadian Chefs Congress at Providence Farm in the Cowichan Valley in beautiful British Columbia. I'm Don Genova, and we're talking shellfish now. Sandra, why did your association want to get involved with the Chefs Congress this year?
We need to get closer to our chefs. We are moving a tremendous amount of our product overseas, and I feel that if Canadian chefs understood better the growing processes and the product that is available here in British Columbia, the quality of the product that's available in British Columbia, that we would be able to actually keep more BC shellfish in Canada.
I think we saw that yesterday when we did our trip to the shellfish farming operations, just exactly how much work they put into making sure it's a good quality and safe product.
Incredibly conscientious, sometimes fourth generation. So very expert farmers. I think I can honestly say that only in British Columbia have I seen the same species evolve into so many amazingly different oysters, and that's the artisan nature of the shellfish farmer.
So as chefs become more and more conscientious of what they're doing, I think what happens is that they put stuff on the menu that filters down to the consumers as well. So as the ambassadors of the ocean, it is our responsibility to make sure that we are using sustainable products. What happens is the consumer at the bottom says, oh, why is the chef not doing this? Why is the chef not using this fish? There's a reason behind it, and then they become more and more aware of it. So I think that's the biggest thing that I've seen in the last few years is people are consuming conscientious foods.
Now, these amazing chefs from across Canada, you are the gateway to food. And people are looking to you more and more because they know there's something wrong with their diet. We know cancer's on the rise. We're scared and we don't know where to turn. We've lost our relationship with food. And so talking with people tonight who are trying to eat only things that they know where it came from and how difficult that is, even though 50 years ago, that's all we did. For the rest of our history, that's all we did.
Hi, I'm food journalist Don Genova from the second Canadian Chefs Congress held on Providence Farm in the Cowichan Valley in beautiful British Columbia. This year's theme was Oceans for Tomorrow, and we're going to be hearing from people about that theme through the next 12 months on the website here. But the first person we're going to hear from is the guy who had the idea for this whole Congress idea, Michael Statlander.
I see the Canadian Chefs Congress evolving now over the next 22 more years until we do the whole Canada. The way it goes is like every second year one province or territory, and it can't return until they're all done. So it's kind of, some provinces are a little bit smaller or territories and they need a little bit more help from the National Canadian Chef Steering Committee, but yeah, so I'm really looking forward over the next 20 years or so to work with my colleagues and see where it all takes us. The next Chefs Congress actually will be next year, and that's actually in Newfoundland. And we're doing it next year because we want to get out of the rhythm We are in the same year always with Terra Madre, so in Italy. So we're getting out of that rhythm, but next year we will be in Newfoundland, and again, it's that this year we saw really the kind of perspective from the British Columbia with sustainability and sustainable seafood and so on. So I think it will be very interesting what kind of concerns and are out on the Atlantic coast with Newfoundland.
Lifting up my hands, or people lift up our hands to thank and acknowledge each other. Thanking you all, lifting up my hands to acknowledge you, and thanking you for coming to the territory of the Cowichan people.